Welcome once again to 5 Aussie bands that I'm listening to right now. Hopefully you'll find something that you dig and you'll go and discover new Aussie music because there's so much great stuff out there. The first band I want to tell you about is Fear is a Liar. Now you might have seen them around the traps, maybe they're completely new to you. They've got an EP out now called Transparent Machines, and this one, to use a well-worn phrase, is all killer, no filler. Really great because I managed to put that one on in the car and not skip any tracks, which is really important for me. You know, sometimes when you listen to new music you go, it's not really doing it for me. Didn't find that with Fear is a Liar, Transparent Machine, so make sure you check it out. This is track 3, a little bit of it, called The Fall. Make sure you check them out if you get to see them on a bill anywhere because they're really worth the time. The next band is a band that doesn't really need an introduction to the hard rock and metal scene of Australia or Melbourne, in fact. They are King Parrot. They have just returned from Europe and America on an extensive tour with Weed Eater. They recorded their brand new album with Phil Anselmo from Down. They've got a new clip that they just released on Friday for their next song, Home is Where the Gutter Is, and Squiz, you did an excellent job of that, well done. But here's the album here. It's called Dead Set. It's out May 15 in Australia and May 19 for the rest of the world. It's just, you know, it was one of those ones where Bite Your Head Off was so good, you always get a little bit panicky about the second album. Is it going to be as good? Yes, it is. Phil Anselmo has been nothing but a positive influence for these guys, and it is just, I don't know if I want to use the word mature, but when it comes to King Parrot, because as we know, they are not mature, not in the slightest. It's a bit of an oxymoron. But the songwriting has just developed, become a bit more educated, and it is really good. I want to play you a song, a little bit of it, called Sick in the Head. For me, that's their next hit. They need to do a clip for that one. I think it's fantastic. They're touring Australia at the moment before they go back to the States. They've only got 12 shows here, so make sure you check them out when you can. And if you want to hear my interview with Youngie on the streets of Collingwood that we did the other day, check out the link in the description below for my podcast. You can get it on Podomatic or on iTunes, depending which format you prefer to use. All right, the next band I want to tell you about is a band out of Melbourne called Toe Hider. Now, Toe Hider have been around for about 6 years. I only kind of got into them in the last 3. I was late on the scene. Apologies, Mike. Mike Mills is the evil genius behind Toe Hider. He's a singer-songwriter. Actually, I should say he's a storyteller and a songwriter and the lyricist and everything behind Toe Hider. He builds the songs, gives them to the band and says, this is how we're going to do it when we do them live. He just creates such great stories. When you listen to them, the lyrics, you can't ignore them. They are just brilliant stories. So their latest album is called What Kind of Creature Am I? But I implore you to do what I did. Go back and buy all his stuff. He did 12 EPs in 12 months at one stage. So this is a man who's dedicated to huge stories, lots of layering, lots of harmonies. Like I said, that Queen influence is running rich through him, and it's something that I really enjoy. So from their album, What Kind of Creature Am I? This one's called Whatever Makes You Feel Superior. And if you want to hear my interview with Mike Mills, yeah, that's on the podcast too, so make sure you check it out in the description below. Next up is, well, we're going to move away, and I'm changing hands here to get serious. Going to move away from the rock and metal stuff for a moment, because a little while ago there was a singer-songwriter that affected me more than what I expected, and that's great when you find new music like that and it just blows your mind. I went to the Toff in town in Melbourne to see Sarah McLeod from the Super Jesus play a solo show, and Mia Ray was a young performer who was supporting her that night. And I walked into the Toff and I was trying to be quiet because I could hear someone performing. And as you know, if you've been to the Toff, it's a very quiet room. I walked in and was just blown away by what Mia does. Brilliant storytelling, brilliant songwriting. She's a great guitarist too. Just her and her guitar, and it was fantastic. She's got an EP out now. She's got about 10,000 subscribers on her YouTube channel, and rightly so. She does great covers. Make sure you check out Mia Ray. Here's one of her originals.
Hide me in the field where tall green grass conceals me. Lay me low and lonesome with my thoughts. Let a light strike through, blind my sight for you, numb my heart and wound me as you please. 'Cause I'm waiting for you here. I can taste your tears and I'm drowning in my own. So much space between lines that we read. It was always hard. It was always, always.
Trust me when I say Mia Ray is one to get on now, because she's going to be huge. And if she's not, there's something wrong with the world of music. Bloody love her. Well done, Mia. Keep up the good work. Right, now getting on to the last band, but certainly not least. They're a band out of Queensland. They're called Drawcard. And these guys, the first word that came to my head was dynamic, but that's such a lame word to use. So again, I'm going to have to let the music speak for itself. What I like about them is they're working hard, they're getting great supports, they're doing great festivals as well, and definitely one to go and check out. Their live shows are just fantastic. They've got an EP called Goons Limited, and I'm going to play you We Are the Future. Look out for the brand new clip for that song coming this month sometime, I'm told. So there you go. 5 Aussie bands that I'm listening to right now. Hopefully you'll find something new. I'll put all the links for their Facebook pages and stuff in the description below here. And make sure you check them out and support Aussie music. Oh, here, the beanie. Beanies for brain cancer. Maybe you watched the Logies and you saw Kerry Bickmore do an excellent speech about brain cancer. Sadly, her dearly departed husband Greg suffered from brain cancer, and I worked with him at Fox in the early 2000s, and he was such a genuine, funny, happy guy who stayed positive, and he was just a delight, and I couldn't think of a better thing to get behind than Beanies for brain cancer. So show your support, donate where you can, and I'll be back with another 5 Aussie bands that I'm listening to right now very soon.